So, this is going to be a reading for my Geminis. Thank you so much for joining me. Keep in mind, this is general, so only take what applies and leave the rest. If you want a personal, that information is always listed in the description. And let's get into it. These are going to be truths that you need to hear. This isn't going to be positive. This isn't going to be negative, but it's definitely going to be a reading that gives you clarity on what blockages you may be experiencing. So let's get into it. Also, if you want a personal, I have a sale going on for October. You want to enter the code Spooky Season at checkout for 40% off on your readings. Okay, and this is going to be available until October 15th, so take advantage of that. I don't really do 40% off really ever. I think I only did it like one time this year. Other than this time. So take advantage of that. My information will be below, and let's get into the reading. So Geminis, let's get into it. So one of the first harsh truths that you guys need to hear, or truths that you guys need to hear with the Emperor, there's a need for you guys to understand that you yourself need to take the driver's seat in your life, where you guys may be conflicted, confused. Spirit is saying, look, it's time for you guys to get really intricate in terms of a plan. And also understanding that that plan that you put in place is not going to be a plan that you put in place and then just automatically things are just peachy keen and perfect. But understand that you taking meticulous action and sticking to plan or your focus, this is going to bring you closer and closer to your desires. And the reason why I feel like I mainly have to say this to some of you is because there's this stopping and starting culture that some of you guys are like subscribing to. And it's making you feel like, well, dang, why are things so delayed in terms of my progress? No, it has a lot to do with you guys almost feeling like you have no control over your life when you do. Another thing some of you guys need to hear is the personal progress you guys have made up until this point is astronomical. Like if you look back at all the development that you guys have made in your situation, you would see that, dang, you have done a lot personally, but it's like these unrealistic expectations you put on yourself or you allow other people to put on you, whether that's family or society. Now, I also have the Four of Wands here. So another harsh truth that some of you guys are needing to hear, or truth that you need to hear, because I don't know why I'm saying harsh. You guys don't like it when I say harsh. But another truth that you need to hear, there's a need for you to focus on personal stability outside of just being like connected to someone who you have children with or you're in a relationship with. So some of you are in a living situation where you live with a spouse, but you're pretty much not happy at the current moment. And a big reason why you're not leaving the relationship is because of the fact that you may be dependent on this person to add to, you know, the money you may bring in, or just to be the stability of your family situation or the relationship. And Spirit wants you to kind of get a grip of your financial situation so that you don't have to feel like you need to stay in a situation for like security. This is also you guys needing to get your creative juices flowing again, where some of you have not been on top of your stuff. Now, we also have the, what is this? I think this is 10 of Cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So with the 10 of Cups, another truth you guys need to hear. Some of you, a big reason why you're having a hard time starting your own family or just in general when it comes to personal happiness may have a lot to do with things that are under the surface that have not been dealt with in terms of child trauma or your childhood trauma. Like some of you really need to get a grip of your relationship with family before it's too late. And some of you have been feeling like you want to reach out to this particular family member or family members in general and kind of fix things, but have been like just deciding not to. So if you needed that like push or that go ahead, definitely take action on forgiving families so that you guys can personally heal. Another truth you guys need to hear with this Three of Swords, the disappointments or the quote unquote disappointments you guys have experienced up until this point have been the catalyst for your greatest, or for you to be successful. Because with this Three of Swords, the things that you deem as being disappointing or the things that have been unfulfilling for you have given you a new light, a new view on things. And even though you may not be seeing it that way, because of course, when we go through things, we're not going to look at it from a positive perspective unless you're just someone who's just always positive, and that's not a reality. But some of you do need to look at things from perspective of, well, I did learn this and this and this from this experience, and it was a valuable lesson. And then with the Six of Cups here, another thing that you guys may be needing to know, there's a need for you to make sure you're not letting your past be rewritten in the future by doing the same things that you did in the past. Whether this is, you know, seeking validation from people, allowing yourself to stay in toxic situations for way too long, like any characteristics that you know that you carry that have been a detriment to you in the past, or just things that you've went through in the past. If you can look back and be honest with yourself about, well, I know I shouldn't have done this, or I knew I shouldn't have done that, you can make better decisions in the future. And that's important here. Another truth you guys need to hear, the personal clarity that you need for a particular relationship situation that you guys are in has been revealed to you a long time ago. Some of you are just like dragging your feet until like there's literally no other choice but to get out of a situation with like a Leo or something like that. Yeah, especially if this person is very inconsistent, or it's like a lot of like heated arguments, just confrontational energy in general. Some of you guys also need to prioritize like taking breaks. Some of you guys like kind of subscribe to like toxic work culture, where you're working, and then you get burnt out pretty quickly. But these are some of the things that I see. I hope that I kind of gave someone out there a level of clarity, or that you were able to take something from this reading. If you did enjoy, thumbs the video up and subscribe. Of course, check out the description to get a reading, and use that code Spooky Season until October 15th to get 40% off. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, Geminis.